Used to love me, now you won't.
Okay guys, it's Monday, so it's time for another What Sold video. I'm going to share with you guys what sold for me on eBay and Poshmark last week, which was July 5th to July 11th, 2020. Very first item I'm going to share with you is this vintage sexton owl made of cast aluminum. Usually I think there's actually a pair of these, so he would have like a little buddy that hangs next to him on the wall. I was asking $24.94 and I accepted an offer of $19.95 on this item. Now, I'm not always sure if I accepted an offer or if I sent an offer and the buyer accepted, so I'm just going to say that I accepted an offer. The next item I'll share with you guys is this. It is a little drunken pirate, I guess. He's got the eye patch, he's got the peg leg. The only thing he's missing is the little parrot on his shoulder. But regardless, this sold a full asking price, $22.94. I will remind you guys that all of my eBay items, unless they're auction items, are free shipping. So the buyer pays one price and the shipping is included in that price. In this case, $22.94. And I will pay to ship it out of that total. So, but I got this guy at the last estate sale that I went to. These guys usually sell, the more unique, the better. The little carved folk art. There's a lot of times they're like sea captains and stuff, and I've sold a couple of them. So like the more unique, actually the more rough looking, like the more handmade they look, the better, honestly. Oh, here's another score from this is probably the last one or two items left from my box that I bought at a yard sale of just table legs and shelf brackets, etc., etc. I've made at least 4 times my money back on that box already. And for these legs, I accepted an offer of $21.95. And they are a bolo, guys. I would definitely say that these are a bolo. Keep an eye out for these little mid-century table legs because they definitely sell. If you go somewhere and you see like furniture that is kind of falling apart for the most part, and you think the furniture is crap, always look at the legs on the furniture. I hate to almost give you this tip because it's a really good tip, but always look at the feet, look at the legs on furniture, because sometimes you can take them off and just buy the legs or the feet of something and they sell. So the next item is this American Eagle. I had this for a really long time. This is one of the first items I started buying when I started selling on eBay was clothes. I don't really sell clothes on eBay anymore. I haven't listed a new clothing item on eBay in a really long time. But $12.94 free shipping for this American Eagle striped shirt. I went back and forth with this buyer a lot of times. Now, I'll remind you guys also that my cost of goods is super, super, super low. This item, I would have paid like 1/10 of a cent for, or a cent or whatever. Came in a box lot. I think I showed you guys this actually, maybe in one of my previous videos. Anyway, I listed it at $22.94 because I thought it was kind of neat. I ended up going back and forth a little bit with offers and accepted an $8 offer. This only cost me like $3 to ship, so I still made, $5 minus fees. I still made some money, and that's my goal, is to just move stuff for a profit. So yeah, $8. This card, on the front part here, he sort of drinks down this, what I'm assuming is milk, and then on the back side here, when you flip it over, the milk kind of pours out the bottle, and then when you flip it over, the milk pours out of his, what. And you can see it kind of fall down. It's like sand inside of there. And it's just super cute little, I don't know, funny gag kind of a card, which I'm just now noticing there's a little, like, marking right there that might say, oh yeah, made in Japan. Okay, so anyway, bam, $8. These 2 little elephants, I almost didn't pick up at one of the estate sales, and then when I kept going back down into the basement of the place, I just kept grabbing stuff. I did grab these. Unfortunately, in the process, I broke the eyeball off of the larger elephant. I did state that in my listing that the bigger elephant is missing one of these little eyeballs. So, but yeah, the 2 little pairs of elephants, I don't know, I paid maybe 50 cents or $1 for these. These sold for an offer of $23.95 for the pair. And so wicker, rattan, that kind of stuff is a boho style, minimal style is super in and trendy right now. I wouldn't suggest buying every basket you see, but definitely if you find unique ones, animal shaped ones, that kind of a thing, for sure pick them up. So $22.94 for this brass. This is a water hose attachment, so you would just hook it up to your outside water hose and it would give you a different kind of spray or whatever, yeah, nozzle. This one was made in Italy and made of brass, and it sold for full asking price of $22.94. This item I had for a while. Okay, so the buyer actually sent me a message because they ended up receiving it and they were dissatisfied with it, unfortunately. They ended up keeping it. They also gave me positive feedback because I'm a problem or a problem solver, a resolutionist. Anyway, he sent me a message and he said, listen, this item, I got it. It's cool and everything, but it is not solid black marble like you stated. It's actually made of glass and wood. And then I responded with a bunch of different messages. How can I resolve this for you? What can I do to make it better? You know, in the long run, I was prepared to give him a full refund for the item and let him keep it. Because here's what I do, guys. Because my cost of goods is so low, I will just let somebody keep something that if they message me and they say that they don't like it, it doesn't fit, that they don't want it, they want to return it before they actually start the return. And even if they start the return, I'll just say, I'll give you a full refund and you keep the item because it costs me more to ship it back to myself than it costs me to buy it. So if you understand what I'm saying, I am better off taking the loss of just not having the item anymore rather than having the buyer ship it back to me. I hope that makes sense. So anyway, I was prepared to just say, I'll give you a full refund and you keep the item and I apologize and we can move on with our lives. And then hope that he doesn't give me negative feedback. But apparently he understood the process, and I said I misunderstood, and then I also had a faulty listing. So keep this in mind, guys, when you're making listings. If you need full stops, do it, because the way that he read this is vintage solid black marble. The way that I wrote it in my head is vintage solid black period, marble stone period, engraved standing decor period. So, okay, so just make sure that when you're making your titles that they're clear so that the nitpicking buyer can't be like, oh, this is not what you said it was. Okay, so yeah, it is solid black. It is not, however, marble and stone. So since I was wrong, I was willing to take the hit on that one. Long story short, guys, he ended up keeping it. He gave me positive feedback because I resolved it for him. And now I have my eye out for globes. So if anybody has any globes, let me know because I got a buyer. This item here is a lamp shade. It is a fiberglass mid-century 50s Roy Rogers red lasso lampshade. I know all that because this is from the estate sale that I went to, the very last one. And she ended up giving me this because the last day that I went there, she was like, come down, take anything you want, because she was overwhelmed. There was just too much stuff and she had to get it all out of the house. So I came down and this is the very last item that I picked up because, you know, I was like, she's scrambling around trying to get everything in my car. And she's like, here, do you want this lampshade? And I said, absolutely. I knew this came off of, and I told her to look out for it because I saw the Roy Rogers chalkware lamp that she had, that she actually sold before I even got there. It was kind of broken and I didn't really want it anyway. But I told her if you find the lampshade, it's probably worth more than the broken lamp. So she did find the lampshade and she did not realize that it went with the lamp, and she sold the lamp without the lampshade, and I got the lampshade for free. I ended up selling this at an offer for $30 free shipping, which is pretty good profit for something that I got for free. And honestly, I could have waited longer and I could have gotten more for this. So this is kind of a bolo fiberglass lampshades, they're always mid-century, and they're really actually pretty cool, and people definitely buy them online. They don't, like, it's like a throwaway item IRL, right? All right, so this little basket box, again, a bolo, looking out for interesting or unique woven baskety wicker type items. This sold for $18 free shipping. I paid, I think, $1 for it at a thrift store or whatever. So anyway, $18 free shipping. These little aluminum kind of cast floral. These could be cup holders, they could be trivets, they could be little trinket trays, they could be part of craft decor, whatever your imagination will allow them to be. I sold these for an offer of $16.40 free shipping. These did take a while to sell. The little Morton Salt Girl terry towel. This was absolutely new. It was still in the bag. It was super clean. Vintage terry towel. This sold for $22.50 free shipping. Aha, here you go, Emily Conway. Here's the naked cavemen that I was talking about. They're quite graphic. The little guy there, the mama and the daddy. And just for, giggles, I'll show you guys the backside of them. Anyway, so those are, I got these for $1 a piece at the little vendor mall locally. And the way I feel, like if it was at the dollar store, would I buy it for $1? Absolutely. So anyway, I had these listed for $49.94 and I ended up accepting an offer of $20 free shipping on these fun little naked caveman. Here's another bolo, guys. I've been telling you to keep an eye out for these and to pick them up. If you find light switch covers or outlet covers that are unique or crafted, that aren't like junky looking or totally destroyed, obviously, they do sell. So this Raggedy Ann and Andy, it was like a ceramic maybe or whatever material. I'm not really sure. Light switch cover sold for full asking price, $19.94, free shipping. So yeah, again, bolo. Look out for the light switch covers. This little Hobby Lobby jar, it was super pretty blue and white with a wooden lid, small little canister, apothecary jar, makeup jar. You got to add all those keywords in there. This sold for $19.94, free shipping. So that was full asking price. Now this is a funny story because if you've been watching my previous videos or last week's What Sold even, you will see that I already sold the earthenware. But what had happened was a buyer sent me an offer, an email asking me if he could buy just the bowls from the set. So I said, yeah, absolutely. I sold him just the bowls, free shipping, $20. And then what I forgot to take down the original listing of the whole set. And I kid you not, I sold the whole set the very next day. And I had to go and cancel the order from the buyer with a, so that because I couldn't ship it. Obviously, I didn't have it. I sold the whole set altogether for $50, so I was really excited. But in the end, it panned out, and I ended up making like the same amount of money that I would have off of that. So the buyer that I canceled the order on sent me a message, and she said, "I'm really dissatisfied. Why did you cancel my order? I don't understand what's going on." So I sent her a message back. We went back and forth a bunch. I explained that I had already sold the bowls from the lot and that I wouldn't be able to send those. If she wants the plates and cups, I'll send them for $25. If she wants just the cups, I'll send them for $20, free shipping. She sent a message back ecstatic, like, all I wanted was the cups. I would love to have just the cups and the mugs for $20. So I made her a new listing. I took down the original listing finally, and I sold her the cups and the mugs from this set for $20. So I made the profit I was looking for, and I still have the plates. Okay, so $8 a Certo bottle. These are just like medicine bottles or whatever. I don't know why their pictures aren't showing up there, but they have like a pouring measurement marks down the side. I have a whole bunch of them. And I sold one of them for $8 and free shipping, and I still have like 12 or 13 left. And then last week, the very first sale that I got on eBay was this set of pink lace window curtains or window swag. This is another bolo. If you guys go to the thrift store, wherever you go to source, definitely go to the curtain section. Definitely buy them if they're like under $5 and they're in good shape and they're lace or frilly or kind of like that shabby style country chic, because that's in right now too. So anyway, these always sell for me. These sold for an offer of $28 free shipping. And they went first class. They were super light, airy, beautiful. Anyway. Okay, so that's all of my eBay sales for last week. And now we'll jump into Poshmark sales. All right, so I only had 5 little sales on Poshmark. And to be honest and to be fair, I've been really, really inactive on there. Recently, I dropped some 90s and 2000s pairs of platform shoes. Go check them out. But anyway, I've been pretty inactive. So these sales, you know how Poshmark works. You got to do the sharing and whatever and offers and stuff to make your sales. And I haven't been doing any of that. So these 5 sales were totally organic. Or maybe I made offers. I don't know. It's possible. We're about to find out. But this first item is a vintage. It was a wool cardigan sweater. Cardigan sweaters are in. Apparently the new thing is to wear, or the not new thing because it was popular also in the 90s and early 2000s, is to wear a cardigan sweater and just a cardigan sweater. So this Benetton sweater sold. It had a really cute little grapevine felted sort of design applied here, and it sold for $18 with free shipping, so I made $7.29 on this little cardigan. Danskin, this was mine, and now it belongs to somebody else. I sold it for $8 minus $2 shipping. I made $2.93 on those. This next sale was a bundle sale. It was a pretty good one. Obviously, I got a lot less than I was asking for originally, but that's how I do it. If I could give some advice, maybe if you want to take it, if you do eBay, if you do Poshmark, always price higher than what you want, because people will send you offers, and then that gives you the ability to send really good looking offers to people. So they're like, oh, the price is $60, and then you send a $20 offer when really all you wanted was $10. You're both thrilled in the end. So anyway, long story short, always price a little bit higher than what you want. These were my 3 favorite dresses out of the vintage dresses that I got. And so this girl is about to be fly. This super beautiful teal vintage dress that had like little roses, appliques on there. This handmade vintage purple flowy dress. And then this like butterfly maxi dress. She bundled them up together and I sent her an offer of $60. She paid the shipping, so I ended up making $48 off of these 3 dresses, which is amazing because these are part of the lot of clothing that I got in the literal trash. Like, this stuff was headed for a dumpster, so it was free for me, and so a $48 profit on some free stuff is unbeatable. The next order is this San Antonio Spurs. Oh, I need a sip of coffee. Hold on one second. The next item is this Adidas San Antonio Spurs basketball t-shirt, men's extra large. It sold for $8, and so I made a $5 profit. Bam. I'm pretty sure the buyer sent me that offer, so accept. And last is this LL Bean vintage green flannel button-up. It was just a solid, really pretty color, like emerald green. That sold for $15 free shipping, so I made $4.89 on that shirt. And that's it, guys. That's what I sold last week on eBay and Poshmark, the week of July 5th to July 11th, 2020. I hope you guys liked what you saw today. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button for me, please. I really do appreciate it. And if you want to see more of what I sold, and then on Fridays or during the weekend, you can see my other videos that I post about thrift hauls and all kinds of hauls, guys. I just buy so much stuff and it's so cool, and I want you guys to see it. So subscribe, hang out with me, and in the meantime, you guys, happy hunting.